My child, a group of 3 people are constantly chasing you since the last 2 weeks, and they are monitoring every activity of yours. These 2 people are not strangers to you. They know you well, and they have gathered all the information about you through different channels. Child, I am your Father in heaven, and nothing escapes my eyes, so please give me your full attention for these next moments, for I will tell you what they are planning and what they will do next. Child, you should not be surprised to know that you too have enemies, not because you hate them, but because they are envious of you. My child, listen to me with a calm heart, for the things I speak now are not to frighten you, but to bring light where fear tries to cast its shadow. When I speak of those who rise against you in envy, do not imagine only faces or bodies walking behind you. Many times the true enemies you meet in life are not people at all, but thoughts, wounds, worries, and memories that follow you like shadows you never asked for. They feel like pursuers because they cling to you, not because they come from outside, but because they have lived in your mind for too long. And I tell you this so you may understand that no enemy, whether of flesh or thought, can overpower the one who walks with me. You think of danger as something standing behind you, but danger often stands within you, feeding on doubt and fear. But I am here, not to strengthen those fears, but to dissolve them. I do not speak to frighten your heart, I speak to free it. For every time you imagine yourself being chased, you forget that I am beside you, and nothing can outrun my presence. Child, you must know that envy is not always born from malice. Sometimes it grows from the pain others carry, from their own insecurities, from the longing they have for what you possess inside you, your resilience, your compassion, your quiet strength, your ability to rise again even when life has pressed you down. You shine in ways you do not see, and some cannot understand how you shine while they struggle to find even a spark within themselves. Their hearts, confused by their own shadows, may look at you with unrest, but that unrest is not your burden to carry. You have believed that others observe your steps, watch your life, and keep track of what you do. But I tell you, child, much of what you feel is the weight of your own vigilance, the heaviness of trying to protect yourself from wounds that have already healed but still feel tender when touched by memory. You have learned to expect hurt because you have been hurt before. You have learned to expect betrayal because betrayal once left its mark on you. And so you live alert, watching, waiting, bracing yourself for dangers that no longer exist. But I am here to loosen the grip of those old fears. I am here to tell you that you are not a hunted one, but a chosen one. You are not being pursued, you are being guided. You are not being watched out of malice, you are being watched over by me with love. You walk with a weight on your shoulders that I never asked you to carry. You hold on to the belief that you must stay alert every moment or something will go wrong. But you forget that I watch when you sleep and when you wake, and no harm can reach you while you rest in my protection. I am not far from you. I do not stand outside your life looking in. I dwell within you, breathing peace into every troubled thought and hope into every weary day. Child, let me speak to you of what your future holds, not in threats or warnings, but in promise and truth. The path ahead of you will not always be smooth, but you will walk through it with steady feet. There will be challenges, but they will no longer feel like enemies. They will feel like teachers. There will be obstacles, but they will not intimidate you. They will shape you. There will be whispers of doubt, but they will not silence your courage. They will amplify it. I did not create you to live in fear. I created you to stand strong, to love boldly, to rise even when the world tries to convince you to stay low. I created you to be a light, and light is not frightened of darkness. It simply shines and darkness retreats. The fears that feel like enemies to you now will one day seem small, because you will grow beyond them. Let me tell you something deeper, something your heart has longed to hear. Those thoughts of being followed, watched, monitored, they rise from a place inside you that has not fully healed. There was a time when you felt unsafe, unprotected, unseen by the world. There was a time when you felt alone in your struggles, unsure of who you could trust. These memories cling quietly, resurfacing in moments of exhaustion, stress, or loneliness. They make your mind imagine threats where there are none, not because you are weak, but because you have carried too much for too long. Child, you are safe now. The past has no authority over your present, and it certainly has no dominion over your future. What pursues you now is not danger, but healing. What follows you is not harm, but growth. What watches you is not an enemy, but my love, guiding you even when you do not see the path clearly. I want you to release the idea that the world is hidden in shadows waiting to harm you. The world is a place of both darkness and light, but you are walking under my hand. Every corner you turn, I am already there. Every step you take, I strengthen your footing. Every fear that rises, I calm with my peace. You are not alone. You have never been alone. Even in your hardest moments when you believed no one saw your pain, I was beside you, gathering your tears, shaping them into wisdom, compassion, and resilience. I have always known your heart. I have always known your struggles, and I have always known your strength. Let me tell you something precious. You do not need to fight every battle you imagine. Some battles exist only as shadows cast by old wounds, and shadows disappear when light comes near. I am that light, and as you walk with me, every shadow will lose its shape long before it reaches you. My child, release the idea of being hunted. You are not prey. You are my creation, my beloved, my purpose-bearing child. Your life is not a battleground. It is a story unfolding, chapter by chapter, into something beautiful. You will grow into your purpose not by fearing what is behind you, but by trusting what awaits you ahead. You wonder what others think of you, what they might say, how they might judge your path. But listen to me. The opinions of others are not your compass. Their thoughts do not define your worth, and their judgments do not direct your destiny. I crafted you with intention, with a uniqueness no one else can claim. Your path cannot be compared. Your journey cannot be measured by their standards. You walk a road tailored for your soul alone. I want you to imagine this, child, walking freely without looking over your shoulder, breathing without fear tightening your chest, waking each day knowing you are safe, protected, guided, loved. This freedom is not far from you. It is already within your reach. It begins when you trust me more than you trust your fears. Let me continue to speak, for your heart needs this truth. The world around you may feel unpredictable at times, full of uncertainties and mysteries, but my presence in your life is unwavering. I do not shift like the wind. I do not change like the seasons. I am constant, and my love for you is constant. You may feel unsure of yourself, unsure of others, unsure of what tomorrow holds, but you can be sure of me. And that certainty is your refuge. When you walk through difficult days, do not assume that darkness is chasing you. Often it is simply a cloud passing, not a storm meant to destroy you. Some days feel heavy not because you are in danger, but because your soul is growing and growth requires stretching. You are expanding into who you were always meant to be, and expansion is rarely comfortable, but it is always necessary. Child, hear me when I tell you this. I have placed strength in you that even you do not fully understand yet. You think of yourself as someone who survives, but I see someone who overcomes. You think of yourself as someone who tries, but I see someone who triumphs. You think you are fragile, but I know the truth. You are unbreakable, because I formed you with purpose, and purpose does not break. When you feel watched, remember that you are watched over. When you feel followed, remember that goodness and mercy follow you. When you feel vulnerable, remember that I go before you and behind you, surrounding you in ways you cannot always see but can always trust. You have asked me in silent moments, why do I feel this fear? Why does my mind imagine things I do not want to think? Why do I feel unsafe even when nothing is there? And I tell you gently, because you are healing, And healing sometimes brings old wounds back to the surface so they may finally be released. Do not fear the process. What rises is not there to torment you but to leave you. You will not always feel this way. Peace will take its place, slowly at first, then completely. Let me tell you more, child. The people in your life, those you care about, those who care about you, they are not your enemies. Some may misunderstand you, some may react from their own pain, some may carry envy without meaning harm, but none of this defines your worth or your destiny. You are not here to please others, nor to carry the weight of their emotions. You are here to grow, to become, to live freely in the identity I placed within you. If ever you feel overwhelmed by thoughts of being pursued, remind yourself of what is true. You are moving forward, and growth often feels like being pushed from behind. But the pressure you feel is not an enemy, it is momentum. It is the life inside you urging you to keep going, keep rising, keep believing. I see you trying, child. I see you striving to be strong, to stay calm, to make sense of your feelings, to understand what is happening inside you. And I am proud of you.
Yes, proud.
Not because you are perfect, but because you keep walking even when the road feels unclear. You keep reaching for me even when storms rise within you. You keep holding on to hope even when fear tries to whisper lies. You are not as alone as you feel. Every step you take toward healing, toward clarity, toward peace, I walk it with you. Every tear you shed in confusion or fear, I catch it. Every prayer, even the smallest whisper, I hear it. And every time you think you are weakening, I am making you stronger. Let me continue, for your heart is still listening. There will come a day soon when you will look back and realize that the fear you once felt no longer holds you. You will walk lighter, breathe easier, trust deeper. You will wake one morning and notice that the silence around you feels peaceful, not threatening. You will understand that what once frightened you was not a real enemy, but a voice from the past trying to linger in your present. That voice will fade. My voice will remain. Child, I want you to walk with confidence, not arrogance, not defensiveness, but gentle confidence rooted in the truth of who you are and whose you are. You belong to me, and nothing that belongs to me is ever abandoned, ever forgotten, or ever unprotected. You are loved in ways you cannot imagine. You are guarded in ways you cannot see. You are guided in every moment, even the ones that feel chaotic or unclear. I do not let a single moment of your life slip through my hands. You are precious to me. You always have been. You always will be. Let me tell you one more truth that your heart needs to hear. You are safe. Truly, deeply, unshakably safe. Not because the world is predictable or people are perfect, but because my hand rests upon you. Nothing can reach you without first passing through my love. And my love allows nothing that would destroy you. It only allows what will grow you. So walk forward, child. Do not look over your shoulder. Do not fear shadows that cannot touch you. Do not give power to thoughts that rise only to be released. The story I am writing in your life is not a story of fear, but of transformation. You are moving from shadow into light, from doubt into trust, from fear into freedom. You are mine. And because you are mine, your future is filled with hope, purpose, and peace. Keep your eyes on me, keep your heart open, and walk boldly. The path ahead is brighter than you think, and you are more protected than you feel. My child, listen closely, for what I speak now is meant to anchor your heart and calm every storm that rises in your thoughts. You have asked me about protection, and I will tell you of my protection in a way your soul can understand. My protection is not like the walls people build, nor like the locks they place on doors. My protection is living, moving, breathing around you at every moment. It is not only around your body, but around your mind, your spirit, and your purpose. I do not guard only what you do, I guard who you are. You must understand that evil does not always come with fangs or shadows. Sometimes it comes in the form of discouragement, doubt, confusion, fear, and the heavy weight of old wounds. These forces try to pull you downward, to dim your hope, and to make you forget the truth of who you are. but they cannot overpower you when you walk in my presence. They rise like waves, but I am the one who commands the sea to be still. They whisper lies, but my voice speaks truth stronger than any darkness. Child, when I protect you, I do not simply remove danger, I transform it. What was meant for harm becomes a lesson. What was meant to break you becomes a foundation. What was meant to steal your peace becomes the place where your peace grows deeper. Nothing touches your life without passing through my hands, and nothing in my hands is ever wasted or allowed to destroy you. Let me tell you how deeply I guard you. I protect you not only from what is outside of you, but from what tries to rise within you. When resentment tries to take root, I soften your heart. When anxiety tries to overwhelm you, I breathe calm into your thoughts. When hopelessness tries to whisper that things will not improve, I plant within you a quiet determination that has carried you through more than you realize. My protection is not only against the world, it is against anything that tries to dim the light I planted in you. There are forces in this world that move in shadows, not as creatures, not as beings, but as influences. Anger that spreads, despair that breathes, cruelty that wounds, hatred that poisons. These are the true evils, and they travel invisibly, seeking hearts that lack grounding. But you are not ungrounded. You belong to me. And because you belong to me, these forces cannot stake their claim on your life. They may knock at your door, but they cannot enter unless you open the door. And child, with me beside you, you will learn to keep that door closed. You have survived things that once tried to harm you because my protection was not absent for even a moment. There were times you believed you were standing alone, but I was carrying you. There were moments you felt fragile, but I was strengthening you from within. You faced battles you did not know how to overcome, yet you overcame them. Do you think that was by accident? No, child. It was my hand on your life, steady and unshaking. Let me speak to your fears, for they often tell you that evil is close. Fear exaggerates what is small and magnifies what is harmless. But my truth reduces what seems large and shows you that what you feared has no real power over you. Evil thrives only in the absence of awareness. When you are aware of my protection, fear loses its grip. I protect you through wisdom. I protect you through intuition. I protect you through timing, closing some doors, delaying others, opening new ones at moments you do not expect. I protect you through relationships, sending people into your life who uplift you, and removing those who carry harm in their intentions. Sometimes you mourn those I remove, not understanding that their presence would have added weight to your spirit, not life. I protect you even in the losses you do not agree with in the moment, because I see what you cannot yet see. Evil cannot take form in your life when you walk with me. It may try to whisper to you, but its whispers have no authority. It may try to tempt you into fear, but its temptations fade when you remember my voice. It may try to discourage you, but your hope will rise like dawn when you look toward me. Child, I have shielded you from things you never knew tried to reach you. I have blocked paths that would have drained your spirit. I have turned your steps away from people who carried hidden intentions. I have protected you not just once, but countless times. If you saw even a fraction of the things I shielded you from, you would fall to your knees in awe, not in fear, but in gratitude. But I do not show you because I do not want your heart to live with awareness of danger. I want your heart to live with awareness of peace. There will be moments in your life when you feel spiritual exhaustion, when the world feels heavy, when your mind feels clouded. Do not assume this is evil overpowering you. These moments happen because your soul is growing. Growth often feels like pressure before it feels like strength. You are shedding old fears, old habits, old beliefs, old limitations. This shedding feels uncomfortable, but it is not harm. It is transformation. I protect you during this transformation. I keep watch over your heart so that while old layers fall away, nothing harmful enters. I stand guard at the gates of your spirit. Nothing crosses without my permission. You are more guarded than you know. Child, listen to this truth. Evil loses its power the moment you remember who you are. You are not weak. You are not exposed. You are not unprotected. You are mine. And because you are mine, you walk under a covering that darkness cannot penetrate. My protection is not a shield you occasionally pick up. It is a mantle woven around you. There will come a day when you will look back and realize that the fear of evil was always louder than the reality of it. The enemy of your peace has always been fear itself, not the things fear made you imagine. And as you continue to walk with me, fear will shrink until it becomes nothing more than a passing whisper, easily dismissed, easily ignored. Let me speak to the deepest part of you now, the part that worries when no one is watching, the part that fears what tomorrow may bring. That part of you needs my reassurance. Tomorrow is already held in my hands. I have gone before you and prepared it. Nothing in your future is unknown to me. Nothing awaits you that I have not already seen and accounted for. If evil tries to rise, I push it away. If harm tries to approach, I stand between you and it. If confusion tries to cloud your mind, I bring clarity. If sorrow tries to root itself in your heart, I breathe comfort. You are sustained by me. You are guarded by me. You are strengthened by me. Child, do not let your imagination paint evil as greater than it is. Darkness often pretends to be tall, but it has no substance. It only has shape when you give it your attention. My light, however, is real, and when you focus on me, darkness loses its form completely. You will continue to grow in discernment. You will know what is from me and what is not. You will feel peace where you are safe, and discomfort where you are not meant to stay. This inner guidance is part of my protection. Trust it. It is me. Even when you walk into places that feel uncertain, my hand remains on you. Even when you meet people who carry unrest in their hearts, my peace remains in yours. Even when the world shakes, you will not fall, because I uphold you. There is nothing in existence that is stronger than my protection. Not hatred, not fear, not doubt, not the schemes of the wicked, not the plans of those who misunderstand you. Nothing can stand against what I guard. Nothing can touch what I cover. Nothing can break what I hold. So rest, child. You are safe, not by chance, not by luck, but by my will. You are safe because you are mine. And no evil, no shadow, no darkness, no malice, no cruelty, no fear, no whisper of harm can ever remove you from my hand. Walk in this truth. Let it steady your breath and quiet your thoughts. Let it strengthen your steps and soften your heart. Let it be the peace you carry into every room, every morning, every challenge, every night. You are protected. You are watched over. You are held. You are guided. You are loved. And nothing will ever change that.